It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, cheer, cheer.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective, and welcome for another, you could call it match preview show, a mashup of Chelsea news and Chelsea match preview show. Also, more importantly, we will be doing a live lineup prediction exercise where we try the best we can to correctly predict Enzo Maresca's selection for today's game in the EFL Cup against Cardiff City. And a lot of news. We'll also talk about whether Raheem Sterling, whether he'd be finally leaving Chelsea. We'll talk about Enzo Maresca's comments after everything that was said. We'll try to see if anything new emerged. For me, my opinion has always been, I don't think he had a dig at the owners, if anything, at the press. Or maybe the club and the manager both, you could say, working together to play at the press. But it's easy to believe it. Look, it's out there. You interpret it the way you deem fit. Well, we're here to have a conversation about them. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And more importantly, once again, welcome to the Blue Morning Show. Yes, what do we have in the chat before we start addressing the items we have lined up here? Okay, and this says it says with Maresca, that's me. Says with Maresca hinting at the lack of support. A lot of people, again, lack of support. Think he's talking about the owners. Does he need a convincing win tonight to keep his job? Is the board the real problem? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, just going by what a lot of people believe. But in all honesty, I think it's absolute horse dunk. Maybe I shouldn't have posted that anyway. But that's, by the way, is the board. You don't blame him. He fed up of Garnacho. He's just making up SHIT. I don't think he had a go at these bosses. If he did, he'd still be saying the same thing. I don't think he'd change his tone. He's that sort of individual, in my opinion. But you have every right to interpret it the way you deem fit. For me, that was never the case. Maybe I should have worded what I have there differently and not worded like I did. But it just sounds as if, yeah, I'm actually. I believe that he had a dig at his bosses, but I don't think that's the case. Young Gunner, thank you for joining us once again. I appreciate you. An Arsenal fan that we respect, who's become a fan of the community. I appreciate you. Let's see. Big up, Abby. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Hi to you too, Patrick Joyce. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this morning. You wished Everton because you said you support Everton. How did that go for you? You wanted them to get a good result. I can't quite remember how you phrased that particular comment. Well, that's by the way, much love to you, my friend. Nice to see you. Big up to you to Endurance Solutions. Nice to see you. Big up IB Danwana KK. Always nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. He says, I was very upset because my Scottish team Celtic lost another cup final this time to Saint, is that Mirren or Myron? The score was 3-1 at Hampton Park. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, commiserations to you. But that's, by the way, it happens in football. You don't win everything. You win some, you lose some. And without wasting much of your time, we're going to get started by addressing the items we have lined up. We'll try and get done with the news hunting, and then after news hunting, we get back to the lineup prediction exercise. Yeah, and but Cardiff, they've been in excellent form of late, but the truth remains the disparity in quality. It's easy to say, yeah, we're definitely winning that one. Even when I tried an AI model that we're training to help our users predict games, when he produced a result saying Chelsea are going to beat them 3-0, yeah, I still say, yeah. But, as usual, you cannot script football. It's played over 90 minutes plus added time, because the truth remains, irrespective of what numbers tell you, the game is played on the pitch. Even sometimes the best teams do lose to inferior sides, if that makes sense. So without wasting much of your time, I want us to start with this particular report here, which reads, Enzo Maresca, when asked about the relationship with Chelsea co-owners Begdad Iqbali and co-sporting director Paul Winsterley and Lawrence Stewart, he says, it's okay, it's good. I am delighted and very happy with the squad that we have. And in all honesty, as I said before, people were reading too much into it. And because with Chelsea, the slightest you could say, uh, um, when the manager makes such statement, even we see a lot of big accounts, journalists blowing it out of context. Yeah, because he earns them a lot of clicks, which for me, that is sometimes that which has led to me training myself to be skeptical whenever I see such thing, because it just doesn't make sense to say, when a manager said the last 48 hours has been the most difficult for him since he became the Chelsea manager, and lack of support and whatever he said at the time. I don't see why anybody would be so certain or too sure that he was having a dig at his bosses. I mean, he could have, but he didn't mention them. So why are you so certain that, yeah, he was definitely having a dig, having a go at his bosses? It just doesn't make sense. And now he said no. He said it's okay, it's good. I am delighted and very happy with the squad I have, irrespective of what you think. Whether you think, yeah, he definitely did have a dig at them, and now he's denying it. Uh, but you have to go with the last thing he said. It's okay, it's good. He's delighted with the squad he had. Nothing there suggests he's not happy or he feels like you could say the club hasn't backed him. I'm not sure how else to explain this. But here's the thing, we live in a free world. You're free to interpret it the way you deem fit. As for me, it's really nothing. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying that until if I see anything that gets me to start seeing it differently, then I'll do that. But right now, no. And there was something I saw. I'm not sure why I forgot to bookmark it, mark it, because he made sense. Chances are they did that. Chances are the moment he said that and the press started blowing it out of context, maybe they decided, you know what, let's run with it. Maybe that will actually take pressure off of the players. Vince did say something like that, and that made more sense to me than him fighting with his bosses. And I'm quite sure he's that sort of person that if you push him to a point where he gets pissed at you, he speak his mind. And the truth remains, he's polished his resume. He has a much better resume than he had before he joined us. And when you talk about his resume, you'd have to add what he won with Manchester City when he was Pep Guardiola's assistant. I think that was the year they won 4 trophies or 3. I can't quite remember. And plus the Leicester City, and plus at Chelsea, since he's become again a top level manager that's had what remind me of a season that's come and gone where he didn't win anything. So he has a polished resume, and I'm quite sure you've heard there are clubs interested in taking him should Chelsea decide to pull the plug. Yeah. So I don't think you'd be concerned, and he's changed his agent, and as David Olsen did say, for the future. And he said it 1,000 times that he's happy at the club, even when the press were busy asking him if he'd like to get to coach Barcelona sometime in the future. I get it. As Jan did say in the video the next day that he didn't like the fact that he took a few seconds to answer that question. He at least he answered. He said he's happy where he is. Something to the effect of Chelsea being one of the biggest clubs, you say, in the world, and he's happy to be here. And he said, so there's a subsequent report, or let me just say a different report, because I'm not sure whether it came after this or before this, where he did say something to the effect of he's committed 100% and is happy at Chelsea. So chances are they're playing the press, and that deflects the pressure of the players on him and the club, and something that doesn't exist. And if that's the case, that's an ingenious move, in my opinion. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 27 people on YouTube following the show. In total, we have 39. 12 on YouTube, the rest is shared between X and Facebook, where equally Coachella doesn't know. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. In a bit, we will get to look at what the numbers tell us. And I will introduce you to a new feature we launched. We're still training it. We started training an AI model dedicated to helping our viewers that use our apps to predict the outcome of games and learn while a particular outcome will be the most likely. And that's not to say certainly that would be the most likely of a particular game, because human factors, the human factor does come into play once the referee blows the kickoff whistle. That numbers cannot control that, because sometimes, even the best teams lose to inferior teams. That's why we have what's called the underdogs. But that's why we keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. Big up to you, Albert. I've said hello to you, Coach Howie. I've said hello to you, Patrick, and I think I've read your complaint about your team losing a cup final. And we have Aj Osgood says, thank you so much for reposting that. I appreciate you, Aj. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Got some breaking news to tell you. Brendan Rodgers has joined the Saudi Pro League, signing with Al Qadish on a 2.5 year deal. Go get that money, Brendan. Hopefully he calls on Raheem Sterling, because they'd be willing to pay him a lot of money. The question is, would Sterling be willing to move to Saudi Arabia? But that's, by the way, media's job is to run its mouth. I couldn't say that any better. Absolutely. That's what they do. They are into, these days, you could say, I don't know. I don't remember when you could say Davin Austin and Fabrizio Romano, when all that nonsense was flying around, they didn't say much. And Fabrizio comes out to where, I think this particular report here, where Enzo Maresca says his relationship with the sporting directors and the owners is good. And David Austin just gave his opinion, say something suggesting he didn't nothing. It's not as the media is making it to be. If anything, something was said to him during a meeting, which happens, and people are making it as if he's losing his SHIT for that. And maybe, he wasn't happy about what was said, but then realized that the media pounced on it, and and decided, to keep it going. And that helps deflect pressure off of his players and onto something that doesn't exist. That's how I see it. But I agree with you. You said the media job is to run its mouth. Managers should shut the F up and go on with their job and take it up with their owners, boards, privately if they have a problem. He talks way too much, and I like him. I know I like him too, but I don't think he said anything that anybody should be concerned about. They're just blowing it out of proportion. Until proven otherwise, I'm going to stick with that belief. And in all honesty, that's just me. People do have the right to see it otherwise. To see it, he was definitely having a dig at his bosses, but I think that's not the case, and that's just me. But that's, by the way, I do have the captain of the community in the building in Constantine. Big up to you, my G. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Your thoughts? I'm quite sure you've seen the comment. He's saying it's okay. He asked, Enzo Maresca, when asked about the relationship with Chelsea co-owners, Big Dad Ibali and co-sporting directors for Win Stanley and Lawrence Stewart. He says it's okay, it's good. I am delighted and very happy with the squad that we have. First of all, I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining me on the panel. Your thoughts on that response?
Yeah, big up, Coach.
Big up,
everyone in the chat. Yeah, look, it's like I said the other day. I said he's probably not going to get into it much. He'll probably just pretty much say that, not much, just a little bit. So he's not going to say it. He's not going to say it. But yeah, my opinion. You heard my opinion a couple of days ago, who I think is directed towards more than anything, and you've probably seen that why it's directed probably from yesterday. So since 2 days ago to that happened till today, you probably saw the articles. I don't know if you saw the articles that those people have written already.
Yeah, because they're mad at him.
Correct. Very mad at him. So they're already writing that he's gone, he's gonna go, he's gone, looking for new managers, blah blah. That's exactly what Maresca was talking about. Those core Chelsea that's supposed to help you, and they're supposed to help you, and especially when you're down, not write stupid
But they're
things.
not. Hmm.
They're not. They're being very negative, and they just proved that point again in the last 2 days since he said that, the stuff and rubbish they've been writing. So it's unfortunate. It is what he is, but I think Maresca realized, well, yeah, it's not making a difference. Whatever, just leave me alone. Whatever. He tried to call it out at the heat of the moment, probably a little bit, but he's not bothering with it. It is what it is.
And maybe he wants them to continue with it, so that that deflects pressure off of the players, and their focus will be on whether Maresca, whether he said there's an ongoing war between the manager and the owners, and I think
Yeah,
it's working, in my opinion, because you have heard less about the performances, but more about Maresca's future, or whether he's fighting with the owners. But we've gotten some briefs from the owners suggesting, yeah, nothing is going on here, and these things happen. You're not you can say your boss is not your parents. Even with your parents or your siblings, sometimes, yeah, you do have issues because we're humans. The
yeah, coach.
question is, how quickly do you move on from it? And in this case, I'm not sure there was, again, he has any issues with the owners. They have always backed him, praised the way he rotated the team in the past. So what changed? They know that. I think they probably be one of those that are certainly, that I'm certain that they know that the squad is exhausted.
Of course.
So I think maybe they just felt like, you know what, let them run with it. And the focus now is on his relationship with the owners and not the performances. But go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean that's why it's not accurate. I don't think, because it was only 1 week. I know it was 3-4 games, but basically it was a bit over a week, 8-9 days. That spell that we didn't lose all 4 games. Let's remember, we lost, drew. So we didn't lose all 4 games. We lost 2 games. There's no way the owners or anyone's going to tell him off for such a small period of games. I just don't see that happening. They would not get involved in that at all. Even the sporting directors, even though they all work together, I don't see that happening either. To be honest, they support him, and they all support each other. From what I've seen, they've always when he got the stand, he was in the stands. They were sitting next to each other in between both the sporting directors, and I didn't see nothing at all. It's just fans. Like I said, it's indirectly at the fans as well. I think that comment was indirectly, but it's mostly that.
But maybe his bosses told him, you could say, deflect it off of the fans. You don't want to lose support.
Exactly. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. So he's seen how bad it is. Like I told you, the game. They were winning, and he was getting heckled, and the second half, and the crowd still yelling stupid things at him. And we're winning. It's just because they don't like him, the ownership, or the way that he plays football, which is a bit
Or
wrong.
maybe some, you could say, some sections of the section of the fans want him gone because they want certain individual in. I'm not going to mention names. It just looked like, sometimes I look at what they do online, even when we're winning, it just seems as if they're paid to campaign against the manager, to, you could say, sabotage what he's doing, and ensure he fails so that certain individuals will get a chance to become Chelsea manager. Honestly, that's how I
Yeah, they're
see it.
not.
Because sometimes when you see what they're doing, it just doesn't make any sort of sense.
Well, it makes sense if they hate the owners. They hate Maresca from the start because he's a quote unquote championship manager, and he's clearly like
And they
signing.
want to be proven right.
Yeah, correct. They can't admit they're wrong. They'll never admit it, and there's a big section of them. And unfortunately, there's 2 or 3 big sections of them that are like that. They go to the games. They're season ticket holders, and they all sit together in certain sections. So it doesn't matter if they're calling out. There's no one going to call them out around them because they're all in the same boat. They're all thinking the same. They all agree. They hate the ownership. They hate Maresca. They don't like the football we play because of it. But the core thing is down to those. Basically, most of those people that organized the protest, did the protests, all those season ticket holders, they all sit together. I heard Bobby when he came on and said, "Oh, if someone screams out stuff like that, he doesn't believe it because the others will get onto him." No, because there's the whole section is like that. There's 2 or 3 sections that sit together. They're all like that. So no one's going to call those guys out. They're the old school tough guys. The Johnny Minerals and all the other ones. They're all together. So then no one's going to call them out because a lot of them agree, unfortunately. So I think Maresca started to realize that. And those guys in the press, those Chelsea guys that are in there every press conference that are Chelsea press guys, they're Chelsea fans as well. They've spoken out. Both of them have spoken out vocally how much they don't like this ownership and Maresca on their own personal, not when they're writing articles. So that just tells you, they just want to bury him with everything that happens bad. They want to bury him and they want to get him out. But the thing they're not looking at is if they actually do that, who's going to come in and what are they going to do? Again, we're going to start again.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to that aspect, and I think we're lucky to have him. I'm going to say that, and once again, people should be warned. He's polished his resume, much better resume than he had before he joined us. And I
I
don't
mean, how
think
much
he'd be
more do you
concerned.
want? We got top 4 last season, which
Yeah,
everyone said is not happening. He's not good enough, and that squad's not really good enough. It's not going to happen. Maybe
he's beaten some of the best, so-called best managers in world football.
beaten pretty much the whole champions of
Yeah,
England, champions of everywhere. He's beaten everyone,
champions
basically
of
every coach.
France, champions of Spain. The
Yeah,
only hiccup was champions of
Munich.
Germany, which you could argue on the day we self-destructed.
Yeah, so that's the only game. But I'm just trying to make a point. We've done that. We're in the top 4 even now. It's not like we're out of the top 4. We're in the top 4 still. We're in a quarter-final tonight with Cardiff. We win that game. We go to a semi-final in the FA Cup, of course, as well. So we're not even out of any competition. In the Champions League, we're most likely going to qualify 100% we're qualifying anyway, but if we're going to qualify the top 8, if we win the next 2, we qualify top 8 easily, simple.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we don't, we might still, even if we draw against Napoli and beat Pafos, we might still actually, but you're still qualified for the next round anyway. So we're in all competitions. It's not like we're out of any competition. We're on the table where we're probably around supposed to be. We probably could have been a little bit higher up if we had some players available from the start of the season. So I'm not sure more people want to be unbeaten and win every single game. And I'm not quite sure what they want, these guys. But I mean, I know what they are. Like I said, they're haters of Clear Lake. Very simple. They will always hate Clear Lake. They will always hate who they sign. It doesn't matter what they do. And that's another reason a lot of them hate Enzo Fernandez, etc., because he was the marquee signing.
Yeah, so Maresca, whether he's angry, I'd say yeah, he's angry. Who's he angry at? I'd say the press, not the owners. Big up to you, Tim Abbas. Hopefully Chelsea can get a win against Cardiff away for the first time since 2018-2019. I think we will. But I'd rather than us not make too many changes. I get it, a lot of, you could say, French players who get a chance, but I think Maresca should reduce the number of changes he makes. And plus, they're in a very good form right now. Chelsea owners and sporting directors are the main problem. Maresca is working under pressure. I think that's just an assumption. And you are, and Eric Manier, 4911, you're entitled to your opinion. But in my opinion, that is just an assumption that isn't true. He's told you, and that's not the first time he's saying this. He said it too many times that he's happy with the squad. And I can assure you, Maresca is the sort of person, to some measure, you could argue he's arrogant. He tell you that he doesn't like the squad. We need to do something.
Yeah, he would.
He's that sort of person. So if he's not happy, he would tell you. So, but yeah, right now, no, I wouldn't, except if there's any mentorship role, kinda. I wouldn't take him. I don't know. Maybe the reason he's quit his current club is that Chelsea told him to quit. Come join us. We need you. But I don't see that happening. I think that will create some measure of problem, irrespective of how you like him. I'm not going to get into that, but most nice to see you. Appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. That's Enoch Junior. Thank you for joining the conversation. Anybody else here with any other thing we need to and see what else need to go and why? Why are you saying you need to go? Then they need to go. I think we're just assuming that they've done the manager dirty. Chances are, if he asks the manager, he's fine with everything they've done. And the reason I'm not going to start name calling them, or you can say finger pointing them, is because, yeah, every player we signed, I'm quite sure Maresca, okay, those signings over certain players. So I'm not complaining. And had it not been for injuries, I think probably would be at the top of the table today. Yeah. And that's my opinion anyway. But yeah, when we things aren't going our way, it's easy to start looking for reasons to complain. But we're not gonna get stuck at that. We don't have too much time. I want us to as quickly as possible knock out all the items we have, and then get into the line of prediction exercise proper. Let's see. Eric Manier here says Maresca is good manager. He only lacks he doesn't lack the tools, in my opinion. He will always tell you the issues that injuries we have. He's happy with the squad, and he said it again. Yeah. Drew 4-4. That was a crazy game. They could have lost. And that's actually, here's the thing. I don't want to get into that. I just saw one delicious comment post on X. I'm not sure why I did not bookmark that text. I think it was from his name, a Nigerian bro, that says something very sensible, that a lot of people want us to continue playing the way we play on the under Pochettino, that transitional play. Every minute you're focused on going forward, going forward. They don't understand the risk that that comes with that, especially when you have young players. They don't know. We play control football a lot of the times. That doesn't mean we don't play transitional games. Sometimes we mix it up a lot. It's not like all we do all the time is pass it around. But a lot of people don't pay attention to that. And some big name content creators started calling it boring. And a lot of, you could say, fans, because they follow those big accounts, they've taken that and they're running with it, even without explaining themselves. When you ask them to explain how that is boring, we played more beautiful football under Enzo Maresca than we've seen since Thomas Tuchel. Ask a lot of people that understand. So I'm not sure where that argument is coming from. But that's by the way, that game, the reason why I talked about that game is the sort of football both teams played on the day. It's crazy. Had one of them be a little bit more cautious or played with a little bit more balance, that game could have gone one way. But both are crazy teams. Yeah. But despite we keep dropping the likes on the stream, the likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. So we're gonna be quick. Yeah, did we? I never said we're gonna win the Premier League with Tosin, but I get your point right there. All right, what else do you have here? I agree. Tosin is not Chelsea level. We're not getting to that argument today. There are a lot of players, a lot of defenders we have at Chelsea that I don't think are Chelsea levels. But does it make sense to start? You can say hammering on that every dad saying no, and I don't have the time today. This is going to be probably one of the shortest shows we've had at late. And that this is him, Raheem Sterling, a younger Raheem Sterling, pictured with his boss, Liverpool at boss, his boss at Liverpool at the time in Brendan Rodgers. Very unorthodox approach, but I don't want to get into that. So he's been hired by a Saudi Pro League side. Al Qadisa confirms that Brendan Rodgers has joined on a 2.5 year, 2.5 year contract. He will be officially unveiled tomorrow when he speaks to the media. So yeah, you can say the suggestion here is that we might get lucky in the sense that Brendan could, you can say, might come to for him. I'd say not going to happen.
I doubt
Even
it.
if they come, he's not going to take it. I think he's pushed Chelsea long enough. Probably senses that Chelsea might be eager to discuss. You can say, what's the language I'm looking for? Discuss a severance contract with him. I see that happening. More likely that than him going to Saudi Arabia, because he knows he can get that from Chelsea and still go to Saudi Arabia. In my opinion, I don't see a world where he just goes to Saudi and say bye for to Chelsea and allow Chelsea to get some fee from his soul. If anything, he would want to. He does come across as the sort of individual who wants to get back at Chelsea because he feels like he feels hard done by. But let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah, well, first of all, he said many times in interviews that he doesn't want to go there. His kids are in London. They love the schools they're at. The wife, they don't want to leave London. That's been a big reason why he hasn't gone anywhere. We would
Hmm.
have sold him already to Saudi Arabia 2 years ago. Last year,
What weren't
now
they rumored to be interested at some point? They were, right?
they were at the start when we wanted to get rid of him, yes. But he clearly then he did interview and he said, no, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. That's like we moved to London for a reason. He said the kids to go to these schools. He was very specific what he said, and I knew then there's no chance he's going to Saudi Arabia. Now that's 2 years ago. That could
Hmm.
change, but I don't think he's leaving his kids and family behind. I do not see that happening, to be honest. So um, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he'll stay here, like you said. The severance, it's getting a bit closer. Next year probably would, one more year, so it might be better. But that really doesn't suit us, and that's why we haven't done it because you PSR and everything, coach. So you that's why clubs don't do that these days. You take
Yeah,
a
because
big
you'll be spending a lot of money in bulk.
it's in bulk and then they take it's not it doesn't go over the years like all of it you have to then sort of put together and it goes to PSI and that all in one big sum. So you're really putting yourself in the corner by doing that, and that's why teams don't do that. They would rather send them out on loan, recover some money, and the money keeps going down. If we do that, then yeah, it's we have a lot of space to do it, but I don't think we have that space to do it. Next year maybe, but not. I don't see it now. No, I don't know where he'll go. I think he'll stay in London. Wouldn't be surprised. Crystal Palace, Fulham, at Brentford, some of those teams that are in London. Then he doesn't have to move anywhere or to go anywhere. Um, just like he went to Arsenal, of course. But yeah, Arsenal don't want him back.
But
So there's not
he
many
said the
options.
reason it was easy for him to accept the Arsenal's loan offer, it's just because it's a London club. He stays in London, doesn't need to move anywhere. And
Exactly.
I can see, you can say to a certain measure, I can see things from his perspective, realizing the importance of him remaining in London because of his family. But also, I can see the bitterness from his perspective, also the way his camp behaved the moment Maresca made it clear, even before Maresca made it clear that he's not part of his plans. His camp were you could say his camp was releasing plenty of briefs to the media how he wants to stay and fight for blah 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 and all that nonsense. But go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, it's all blah 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 nonsense. Exactly, coach. It's he hasn't he had a chance to go obviously at the start of the window and at the start he decided not to go anywhere. He decided to just stay put. Well, that just tells you a lot about his character that he would rather stay and just get the money and not go anywhere else. So I think he's coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires very soon and just stops playing football. To be honest, I think he's that type of guy that probably would have enough and just see out this contract and maybe even retire. I think in the next couple of years. I think it's too important to him from what he said. That's why he moved. That's why they came back to London. Family was the big one. He kept saying it. That was the big one for the kids to go to the right schools and for the family. And his family was from London or something. So they came back home basically. So they're like not going anywhere. So yeah, there's a few teams in London he can go to. Will he want to go there? Well, I mean, if he wants to continue playing, he should go there. He should go like, yeah, Mabas said, West Ham. Like I said, all the clubs, Fulham, Crystal. There's so many good clubs, and Crystal Palace are actually pretty good now. So even Brentford, there's quite a few. There's quite a lot of English clubs. Not to the level that he expects, because that's why he went probably to Arsenal because they paid for him. They were able to pay what we wanted. Those other clubs will not pay that, and yeah, they probably don't want him because of that. Otherwise, they probably would want him if we cover his salary. Then they probably would want him, but obviously, we probably don't want to do that either. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we
I
can
think
move
it's
him
actually
on.
also it'd be correct to say one of his biggest problems is that he doesn't look like he's hungry to play to impress anybody again.
No, well, that's why I said I can see him retiring after our contract. To be honest.
Yeah. Jay, big up to you and thank you for joining us on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. Your thoughts, where do you want to come in? We talked about Maresca's comments when asked if he asked if he, yeah, if he's about his relationship with the owners, he said it's okay, it's good, and he's happy with the squad he has. So listen, irrespective of whether anybody thinks he had a go at the owners, if he says nothing is there and he refused to say anything further, I think for me, not he didn't have a go at his bosses. That's my opinion. And the moment he realized the press are blowing it out of context, he decided to, yeah, you know what, not give them the response they're looking for and let them run with it and probably deflect pressure off of the players at this very crucial moment in the season, in my opinion. But let's hear your thoughts, so we can move on from that particular topic.
Pick
But
up,
big up
guys.
to you.
Pick
I do
up,
hope you're doing
coach.
well, Jay.
Yeah,
Yep.
hope you. Um, I heard that you guys talked about Maresca and his whole drama related to the press conference and all. I think it's not a big matter. Look, I have already expressed my opinion. I think it's a matter of interpretation. Obviously, I
Yeah,
think
because
we
it's very
guys
open
differ
for interpretation and to interpretation, which is the correct one. This is not an English
exactly because
translation. You
even
get my
if
point.
my
Go ahead.
yeah, if I think that he does mean it towards the higher ups or the officials at the club, and you say it's towards the fans or anyone media, maybe I think it's all open to interpretation. We cannot be right, and I think it's an open discussion because there is no certainty about it, and Maresca has kind of not closed it by saying precisely how where it was directed, and I think it is fine. The thing is, I still believe that it was directed towards the higher ups, maybe the owners, maybe the sporting director. Doesn't really matter among the two, but
Mm.
I think it was hinted towards them. But I think the matter is not that big. I think. Uh, it was as it is mentioned or it was came out in the briefings that it was a emotional outburst, and I think it was normal. I think now the things are fine. Even the sporting director, I don't think they are the typical club representatives that we used to see in the past that get angry or that get really aggressive. And the hierarchy, I think, are more on the same track, and I don't think this turning into any big deal. Whether we think that it was towards them or not, the reaction to it will be nothing. I think it has all settled and it is not going to convert
They
into anything
probably,
big.
if anything happened, uh, they've moved on, because and in
Yeah,
all honesty, these things do happen. It's
exactly.
just that you can say the media, they will make a meal of it and make it seem as if, yeah, it hasn't happened. This is the first time ever such thing has happened.
Yeah,
It's
I
happening
also,
within an organization in the whole world. No, it
yeah,
happens all the time. People have, you can say, I'm sure some of us and most of our listeners have had issues with their bosses, settled it, and moved on. If anything, you get
yeah,
some warning from your boss, or your boss apologizes for doing certain things. It could be either,
mhm.
we don't know. But even if that was the case, they've refused to move on. Now they are bent on, you can say, finding reasons to convince people that Maresca is definitely on edge. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is also what I think. I think when it first came out, when he made those comments, I think there must be some conversation that took place behind the scenes, and then I think they settled it, and hence why Maresca was not really eager or any way interested to, drag it in the second press conference that we saw yesterday, where he was denying and really not interested at all. So, because I think that they already settled it. It was directed towards them. They must have a chat, and it was done. It was settled. If we as fans are uh, humans, we can have a reaction towards matches that we openly have, then we have to remember that the people at higher ups are also humans. The manager is also human. They will have similar emotions as well. They are not robots. They are not AI. So I think it's pretty normal, and I think they have moved on. I didn't really like how some of the journalists handled it. Obviously, they had to make a meal out of it, especially the likes of Matt Law. He phrased it multiple times that it is a if Maresca is trying to fight the owners, then it is a battle that he has already lost. I think that's unnecessary and just a way of creating drama and clicks.
Yeah, very, very unnecessary, because they just want to say, what's the language I'm looking for? Conflict is what brings them the clicks, and they want that. So that's why
Simon
every little
Phillips,
thing
the
that
other one, of
happens.
course. Yeah,
Did you see
Simon Phillips.
how David Austin spoke about it? He's practically saying there's nothing to that. You could say, in essence, saying these things happen. If anything, something was sent during a meeting that he didn't like, and it's not saying certainly that Maresca had a dig at the owners.
Yeah.
But of course, the other ones will take it and run. Certainly, he had a dig at the owners, and our fans would just, you could say, because yeah, certain individuals said it, that was definitely the case. He might have. I don't work for the club. There's no way to know if that was exactly what
Yeah.
happened, but you get the point. Go ahead, Dante. You were going to say something.
Yeah, just piggybacking on Jay there with the Simon
I
Phillips,
can't hear
Max,
him.
EYS, Pies. They're all together. They're all think the same. They all write the same. Like before, when I remember when we lost last time, like a month and a half ago, when we lost the game. I remember they were already putting that we're looking for new coaches already. And then that article kind of disappeared. These guys are just like I said. It's unfortunate that they are Chelsea fans, but it's unfortunate they just don't like that Clear Lake and never have from the start. And they were there from the start to get them out, and they still think that way. They can't put their objective hats on. Unfortunately, they've just got to make everything negative and bad, and it doesn't help. And Maresca's seen that it doesn't help. He's getting no help from that. That Chelsea media should be helping you. They usually help.
Just like all the, you could say, Manchester United aligned journalists or Liverpool aligned journalists, irrespective of what they're going through, you don't see them hammering on the manager or trying to find. But in that case, it's become more of a culture, and unfortunately, you could say it'd be difficult for it to go away.
It'll never go away, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That's why it's unfortunate. It'll never. While we have these owners, it will never get away. It doesn't matter who we have, whatever coach it is. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Which is
Um,
sad, very sad.
Go ahead. And I be saying I don't blame Stalin 350K per week. Do nothing. I beg. I don't blame him either. And Heston, I think I was able to tell the moment we started getting those briefs from his camp, I knew at the time that we're in trouble because we haven't. I think it started coming out even before we heard from Enzo Maresca that Raheem Sterling isn't part of his plan at the time. I knew we're in trouble because that clearly speaks volumes. That yeah, after Maresca told him you have to go find another club. I'm sorry, you're not part of my plan. He went and told his camp, and they lost the shit and started, you could say, briefing or whatever they wanted. They were saying at the time. The reason why Raheem Sterling left Manchester City is I'm not reading that. Stop doing that. Imagine Raheem Sterling at MLS. I think he'd make a lot of money too, but it looks like he doesn't want to go anywhere. He just want to get the money, and that's it. But that's my opinion anyway. I don't know him. I'm not personally. I'm not sure what he's thinking. In Manchester, he rains all the time, and that's the reason why Raheem Sterling left Manchester, and his family wanted to live in London. He could have signed for Arsenal instead of. Did they want him at the time? I don't know. And Sumo Blue, nice to see you. One more loss, a draw. Maresca out. That's how much damage he's done to the club this month. Give me 9 points before New Year. Who are you? Just kidding. Me asking you who are you? Just kidding. The way you phrased it, as if you own the club, as if that doesn't happen, you sack him. Can I tell you this? I don't see that happening. Really, he's actually done a good job. Has he been perfect? No. Even in recent games, I point out areas where I'd say clearly he made mistakes. But come on, man. The way you're phrasing these, do you own the club? No. I think even if what you dread happening or what you're saying, if it happens that he's gone, even if it happens, you can't do anything about it but talk about it. Yeah. He stays to the end of the season, and then they will review how well you say his performances, and then decide what to do with him. If you get that, so start speaking as Steve. Yeah, if that happens, that he's definitely gone. You don't own the club. No, I don't mean no insult, but we're just being realistic here. How people talk as if they own the club, as if certain things happen that he's gone. I'm not sure why that is the case. Has he actually done bad this season? I'd say no. There are also reasons why we lost some of the games we lost, and you can't blame him for those reasons. All right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 39 people following the show. How many likes do we have right now? Let me see. We have 10 likes. I think we should have at least twice as much as that. But please, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate you all finding time to join the conversation this particular morning. Let's see. Good morning to you two, Fundamentally Blue. Always nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. To work at the club, yeah, a lot of people wish they could, but I'm happy that they don't work for the club. If Maresca leaves, I better not hear Maresca out as complaining when we have what's. I don't see anybody better available to take the job. So you're right, but I don't think he leaves. I think people just there are people that never liked him, will never like him, and actually they want to be proven right over the club succeeding. And I think I know a few people like that, but I'm not going to say anything like that. More likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Big up to you too, to be good. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this morning. I hear my people. I hear many people say Maresca out, they don't support Chelsea during the times when Chelsea becomes successful. Potter and Lampard made Chelsea finish 12th. Yeah, they're not going to mention that. I still respect Lampard for what he did in his first season as Chelsea manager, but everything changed when he had the opportunity to sign for the club to sign the players he wanted to sign for him. Maybe he's become a better manager, but I don't want him anywhere near my club right now until he's done something that proves, yeah, he's really ready. Anything else? Esteve scores today. I hope he does. Marc Guiu, I hope Guiu scores today. But I want a mix of the old guards and, yeah, those young players. I don't want too many changes. Honestly, I'm concerned. Ty, yeah, your logo is really morphing into something special. Big up to you too, Ty. Up big to you. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Coach, all we need is an consistent, experienced center back, an experienced center forward like Osimhen, and experienced 10. We're good to go. Houston, I don't think we need to do much about the number 9 position, because that sort of player you're mentioning, I don't think if they're smart enough, they're not going to come to Chelsea, because the way we play, we don't play in a manner where it's all about our number 9 in terms of putting away chances, which will mean that some of those number 9s you're mentioning wouldn't want to come to Chelsea, because it's not going to be about them. And after one season, if they don't clock 20 goals, people will turn on them. Yeah, name me a better manager who's available right now. None, in all honesty. And once again, I know the Maresca outers, they're not going to be able, I'm not sure how I should phrase it, to defend their stances or their stance. Yeah, to use a more general language there. Because, yeah, he's beaten all those managers they wanted to take over at Chelsea. Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick, name a few. Jose Mourinho. Who else? I know Chelsea fans at some point wanted Slot too. Yeah, he's beaten them, and he did beat and Slot even before we got a chance to beat him. Did talk about how Chelsea were actually one of the best teams that particular season, but people weren't listening until we won Club World Cup and all, and the Conference League. That was when people realized that Slot knew exactly what he was talking about. Exactly, we will not get better manager than Maresca with this ownership. Is he perfect? No, he's not perfect. So I'm going to actually say that. Let's see. Yeah, I remember him. Dribbles himself. That's what I remember him for. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, and we don't have too much time, so I'll be highlighting some comments, but I can't promise you I'll be reading everything. So after the Raheem Sterling story, we have this one. Bayern director. This is nothing new here, and we did talk about how we don't see how, for me, in my opinion, at the time, I did tell people he's more of a placeholder signing for Bayern. They were desperate. It would take a lot for them to decide to keep him. I'm not sure how. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a good player. After all, I wanted him to remain at Chelsea and compete for his place, but he didn't want to. This reads, Bayern director Ibal on Nicolas Jackson's future Signing him on a permanent or not, there's no tendency yet to build. I think we've already figured out it's not going to happen. Plus, he'd be off to AFCON. Even if he stays, they don't want to risk buying him on a permanent. I think they're looking for all the more prolific profiles, in my opinion. But Dante, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, look, most likely he won't. There is one maybe chance, and that is uh, Harry Kane might leave at the end of the season. There's some clubs that might be interested in him, some of the bigger clubs, Barcelona. So a couple of clubs might be after he might leave. So if that is the case, then maybe they have a chance of signing him. That's the only way I can see it happening. Otherwise, yeah, no, I don't think they're going to sign him. And I don't think he's done probably good enough for them to sign him. Now, there's still plenty to go, of course. So he's there all season, so there's plenty to go. But you never know; he might get that opportunity to play even more, and I think he probably will. Like I said, a lot of the cup games are coming up as well there as well, so he will get a lot of game time. He has to prove himself. He's scored a few goals already. I mean, a few tap ins here and there, a couple of goals already, but he hasn't really played as much as he should, and you're just not going to play because Harry Kane plays every single game. So, look, if Harry Kane gets injured, maybe then him, Harry Kane, or Diaz, and that, then he's got a very good chance of playing a lot, and I think he'll do pretty well, obviously, in the Bayern attack because obviously got great players around, and there's not that many tough teams in Germany. So I think he'll do well if that happens. But otherwise, I don't see them signing him. No, I don't see that happening at all. Unfortunately, a lot has to go right from now to the end of the season for them to keep him.
In all honesty, I'd say he would have been better off remaining at Chelsea. And you could, Maresca, let's get that.
Of course, he was, and that's what Maresca wanted. We wanted that, but
yeah, and we wanted that, and the club
out.
wanted that. Maresca liked him. You could argue, loved him as a player, liked playing him because he could say, of all the strikers we have right now, he's the more Maresca's type of number 9. You understand?
Yeah, he would have played a lot.
Yeah,
he would have basically been the starter because of the lap being injured. He would have played a lot. Yeah,
and if you perform when you get a chance to play, and again, given the length of time that the lap was out, if you prove that, the lap should always sit on the bench whenever you are available for selection. I don't think the manager changes that.
And that's probably, I'm disappointed at him at not doing that because he should have the confidence being there 2 years already, knowing the Premier League, being the guy. He should really be backing himself. And he said it in many interviews. Remember, I kept bringing it up. He's saying he welcomes the competition. He's going to stay. He's going to fight for no problem. That changed very quickly when João Pedro.
But if you remember, when those comments that we addressed or reports we addressed at the time, they had 2 parts. Each of them had 2 parts. One part saying he wants to stay and fight for his place. The second part would say, but the Senegalese is still weighing up his future.
Yes,
that was when I knew he's gone.
And obviously, it didn't help João Pedro coming into the Club World Cup and taking his spot and winning everything and scoring goals and playing well. And basically, he would be the number 1 choice over Nicolas Jackson. I think everyone can agree with that. He would be the number 1 choice over him after the Club World Cup. So, but still, very disappointed that he didn't stay and fight because it would have made Chelsea better. But this is the problem. You have people say we only have 1 striker. Well, no, we actually have, João Pedro is seen as a striker, Maresca system. He can play there quite a lot. The lap, even Marc Guiu, so he came back as well. So it's hard when you've got these egos. Usually one of them will go. There won't be 3 of those in one position. It doesn't happen. So yeah, he's gone. But whatever. Good luck to him. But yeah, it would have obviously helped us a lot if he did stay. And I think everyone would have appreciated if he did stay. But that's the decision he and his agent made. And it is what it is. We move on now.
We're not here. We don't have their time really, but it pops up because he's still our player. And people, Tebeho disregard Ty's command. That's very selfless of you, Tebeho. People, go and check out and subscribe to Ty's YouTube channel. Be sure. I think he has a new video out on Maresca. I haven't watched it. I really want to pay attention to see what he has to see whether I'll fight him or maybe slate him for having a go at my manager. But it's a very tricky title. Maresca is not Chelsea level or something to that effect yet. Excellent title that will get a lot of people to click through. Some will fight you, some will. But let's see. I have to watch it to see what you have to say there. Go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. Let him know I sent you. Let's help him continue to grow. We're selfless here. You could argue that's the reason why we're growing as quickly as we can. Before I come to you, Jay, just give me 1 second here. The Maresca, the people who are Maresca out are the same people who said Tuchel out. You could argue. And the sort of argument I hear these days playing people out of position is something, the sort of comment you hear from people that don't necessarily understand how modern football works, or maybe how the manager utilizes certain players. Um, let's see what some people are still going with the title. He will leave. He will leave. Leave where? He's not going to be at Chelsea for forever. Eventually, he will leave. Do I think the reason he leaves Chelsea will be down to what he said at that press, that the you can say not supported comment? No, but eventually he will leave. He doesn't own Chelsea, or maybe he's not Stamford Bridge. People go and subscribe to Hope's YouTube channel. The link is there. Be sure to let him know I sent you so that he owes me more and more 6 packs of Commodity beer. Yeah. What else do we have, Jay? Let's hear your thoughts on the Nicolas Jackson situation.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, this internet is really making me mad out
That's
here.
okay. I felt I should respond.
Yeah, thanks for
Hi,
that.
Jay.
Yeah, hi, Jay, indeed.
Hi, Dante. Hi, chat. Look, I'm not really worried about Jackson. There's no regret, and there's no really, fear of losing him. Like it was not there at the start of the season, and not worried now as well. I've repeated this thing that just because our current players are not performing does not mean the guys like Madueke and Jackson becomes good, and I want them here. They had their parts in whatever happened to them in their transfers and all. And I think, especially if we're talking about Jackson, I think his agent and himself, he played a key role. There are some mentalities, how you deal with adversities, and he chose one way. He and his agent chose one path, which was, to to take it on their ego and flee the sea, which was Chelsea. And they thought that they are bigger than their current level, which they thought that Bayern will be the place for them in the future, which everyone with sense could see that they were never going to sign him. Even after the deal broke out, I was sure that there must be some details for Bayern that will make him, just a pure loan, and he will be back here. And yeah, and his performances shows. Uh, Not that I'll blame him too much because he's not really getting starts and chances. I mean, it's not ample enough for him to really do. But still, the numbers are bad for even a substitute uh, and some and he's doing similar things there as well. Some of the sitters that is missing in front of goal one on one, crazy, crazy to see. And yeah, I don't see any future for Jackson at Chelsea. Even after he comes back in the summer, I think he'll be sold, or at worst, it will be a loan. But I think it will be probably a easy sale for Chelsea, and I don't see a world in which there is a chance for Chelsea and
It
Jackson to
would
work
take a
again.
lot. Some you could say some reversal of you could say it wouldn't happen. Even the fans are not going to be happy at him because he said a lot of shit after leaving. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, no, you're right. Some things really, after a point, some things really broke, and it's not possible for them to get back to the original state. And such is the relationship between Jackson and Chelsea. I hope him the best. Hope he gets good money, and I hope him to perform well. There's no really animosity uh, like we have for Havertz or all. I don't think it's such. But yeah, doesn't really matter. I don't really take too much problem with him at all. We'll come back and we'll sold him and we move on. Hope Delap works out, and if not Delap, we will look for another centre forward.
I think Delap will work out. He's, you can say, more technically gifted than a lot of people give him credit for. The focus is always on the physical aspect of his game. But yeah, he's a good player overall, and I think he'll come good. He's just been quite unlucky. And the club knew that before they signed him, in my opinion, and I think he'll come good. Yeah, his career advice: fire your agent. Yeah, it could have been him and not his agent. But if his agent is there to advise him, I think the focus should have been how much Maresca loved him. But yeah, usually I think we take such things for granted because we're given maybe sense of entitlement that he feels that at the time should be Chelsea's number one, given how many goals he scored the previous season for us. But I think he's going to learn the hard lesson. He himself, if you ask me, I'd say he probably would rather go somewhere else than come back to Chelsea, because you could argue he's backed himself to a corner. And humans, yeah, ego will lead to us not accepting we made mistakes. Would rather prove you wrong, prove that yeah, we made the right decision to have, you could say, gone our separate ways, than accept that we made mistakes. And he looks like he's that sort of individual that would rather do that. But that's why we keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Look like, okay, you started again, distracting me. Anyone who comes to Chelsea, player, manager, or owner, should be told that Chelsea is not liked by the football media. So be careful what you say to them. Keep everything in house. No complaining to the media. Again, I depends on what he meant when he said that. We don't know whether he actually wanted to. Again, I just don't want to talk about that again. Nicolas Jackson should have walked in his finishing if he had signed if we had signed an experienced a veteran striker as a competition to Jackson, but Jackson decided to change his mind, staying. He wants to be the main man. Yeah, but that's not. We don't do that at Chelsea, in my opinion. A lot of good comments there. As much as I like to interact with you, I don't think we have time enough for me to get everything you've added in the live chat session, because yeah, we don't have time. We need to get into the lineup prediction exercise, except if my wife decides, okay, I can go ahead. She can handle the kids getting ready to school for school alone. Enzo Maresca, Moises Caicedo, a lot of comments, and he's available. He can play his back. Finally, we can use him. Enzo Maresca, when asked whether he feels the head coach is the most important figure at any football club, I think the ones that put the money in are not the manager, it is the owner. I think they are the most important people. That's another thing he clarifies there. If anything, anyway, just to let you know, he understands the bosses are the. I mean, you are an employee, and they are the employer, so they are the most important. If they don't pay people, people are not going to work. So I'm not sure why anybody would want to see it differently. So smart one from him. When asked whether he feels okay, I think we've read that one. Anything else? Enzo Maresca, when asked about the relationship, yeah, we've read that one too. He said it's okay, it's good. I'm delighted. I'm very happy. Very. Pay attention to that. We're very happy with the squad we have. But we fans, we have every right to see things differently. We have every right to look at the squad to say we failed them during the summer window, or we don't have good enough players. But I'm happy he said he's very happy. Why? Because before we signed the check to bring in those players, he okayed it. He okayed them. It's really as simple as that. No other ways to see it. But that's why I don't want to start reading about Cunha. Then I want to show you guys. This is our web app. If you're new here, this is what you're going to see. The exclusive invite-only hub for the Chelsea Perspective community. Track the Lone Army, rate players, and compete in the Predictions League. You can create a lineup. There's a lineup builder. You can create a lineup. There's a tier list builder, and download them. We're adding a lot of features, and let me show you things quickly before we use it. But I want us to use something else here. We created something called Juju Predictor. We use it to predict games, where it uses certain statistical metrics. We're still training it. We'll pay attention to how accurate the predictions are and see whether we need to change some things around to have more accurate output. But here's the thing. since the game is played over 90 minutes plus added time, irrespective of what it predicts, things could turn out to be the opposite. Why? Because human factor comes into play. During the 90 minutes, players might not be, you could say somebody might get injured in the process or not give their best and end up losing the game. So here's it. It's called Juju Predictor. Once you click on it, it does its magic. It's not perfect yet. We're still training it. We'll look at it, see the sort of output it puts out, and yeah, consulting the spirits, it says, and see, it says Chelsea will beat them 3-0, 78% possibility of Chelsea winning, 7% of it ending in the draw, and and 15% Cardiff beating Chelsea. It shows their recent form, shows Chelsea's recent form, and it says Juju's confidence level. It says based on a tier gap from data availability and the prediction clarity, 91% confident that Chelsea would beat them. Chaos factor, we added that. 510, safe bet that Chelsea beats them. So not bad. Premier League quality expected to overpower League 2, lower opposition. Key absence, Levi Kowa, Romeo Lavia plus one more. I'm guessing that's a Sugo. Squad depth tested, 5 players currently unavailable. Colwell, Lavia, Delap, Isugo, and then suspended Mihailo Mudryk. So we're still training it. It's not perfect yet. Then it tells you Juju's verdict, a potential banana skin, but Chelsea's B team will outclass League 2 lower opposition. We could see a lot of us, first 11 players start this game. And then disclaimer, this prediction is generated by Chelsea Perspective Juju Predictor, an AI model. For entertainment purposes only. It is not financial or betting advice. Please. Even when we do predictions, when I look at numbers, I tell people, listen, numbers will tell you what it tells you. Numbers can only predict the most likely outcome. But what happens on the pitch, on the match day proper, always fluid. Although you given the quality, the disparity in quality between the two teams, you'll be able to tell what the most likely outcome would be. But that doesn't say certainly that would be the case. So again, you have the opportunity to, go have fun with this particular feature. Just go to our website, www.chelseaperspective.com. A lot of good stuff there to enjoy. And you can also, between games, you click on compare teams, rate players, a lot of features to enjoy. And at the end of the season, and at the end of December, that was the promise. Yeah, if you predict, if you come up with the most accurate predictions, you win a custom Chelsea shirt, guaranteed, with your name on it. So one of other feature is how you compare the two teams. It does its thing, and it shows you how the two teams compare. So a lot of excellent features here, but we want to go and start lineup prediction exercise so we can get done as soon as possible. We had 60 people following the show, now 46, but we do need more likes. If you haven't, please do take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Dante, anything else you want to talk? Have you tried the Juju Predictor?
I have not tried the Juju Predictor yet.
I like that name. Yes, I do like that name. But go ahead.
I will do that after the show. We'll definitely go there straight away and do the lineup and the Juju Predictor.
Oh, okay. Please do. And as you use the app, if you have any suggestions, there's a way you can do that. And remember, this is how the lineup predictor prediction board or whatever you want to call it, how it works. You click this to go full screen, and then it puts it in landscape mode. And I think this is much better for presentation during live shows. Yeah, and you can switch from you can go combined 11 if you want to do the combined 11 for both teams, but we're sticking with one. I don't know their players. You can switch the stadium from, there's natural, there's also classic, there's also night. I like the night one. There's also vintage, but I think I prefer frost, but I'll go with night. For presentation purposes, this is better because the players you're adding pops more There's also you can switch the formation. I'm going to switch to what we call our starting structure 4-2-3-1. You can also draw on it. You can also go to you can say pick tactical presets like high press, gang press, counter attack, and all that. But we're not doing that right now. But I usually like switching to square display. That's by the way. Let's get into it. Dante, goalkeeper. Jorgensen comes in definitely, I believe.
Maybe Slonina for Jay, maybe.
Okay, and we paid attention to the display of the players when you select them. We realize it. I think that's too much bells and whistles. Having the players' number, rate, and also there's one to select a captain. I think probably a lot. We're gonna change that a bit. The goalkeeper definitely. I like to take care of the most difficult aspect of the prediction exercise, so the panelists don't worry too much. It's not easy to figure out who starts between the sticks. All right, that's the back four. Let's go.
Well, we'll say Hato again.
On the left hand side, right?
Yeah.
You're a Hato. I think he starts this one. This is
Well,
the
I mean, he
perfect
has to
opportunity
start.
for him
There's
to
no.
restart. Hit the
If he
restart
doesn't start
button.
this one, then
Yeah.
there's no pinpoint being here.
Except
I
if he's
think
sick, Maresca should let
I
us know.
think
So let's hear you.
I think Kukurela is suspended also, so that leaves no chance
Oh,
for him to
okay,
start.
okay. So, but this you could say a good restart, honestly, to his
Yeah.
Chelsea life as a Chelsea player on the pitch. I have to say. So, Dante, go ahead back for so that we can hear Jay's opinion on your selection.
Yeah, I think probably Buddy Shield comes in.
Yeah, I think he comes in too. Benoit, go ahead. All right. Who else?
Now, Achimpong I think will play, but it just depends where he will play. But most likely, probably will be that right centre back
I
role.
think he plays this game. Did he play that last game, right?
He came on, yeah.
Oh, he didn't start. Okay. All right. Right back. I think Gusto plays. I don't think he'll make it a wholesome change.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing. That's why I'm saying maybe because we do have other centre backs that can play as well. So that's why I'm saying maybe Achipong on the right back, and then another centre back instead as well.
And who?
He hasn't really played Achipong in the right back role though.
Maybe
That's
Tussen
why
starts here.
Gusto should probably, but even he's played a lot actually.
Yeah,
He's
maybe
played a lot.
Tussen there and Gusto right back. I don't think he would like to change a lot because I don't think he'd want to risk anything. This you can say what's the language I'm looking for? Sensitive period. I think that's an accurate language to use. He wouldn't want any setback that will lead, you can say, to things going sour again, in my opinion. But go ahead, what you're saying.
Yeah, look, I mean, Cardiff, they're going to sit back and they're going to try catch us on the counter attack. So, Tosin would be an option, but maybe for this, probably for free kicks, I think, and corners and throw-ins and that they'll do that. So he'll be good for that. But otherwise, I think we'll be quite high up the pitch, basically at halfway. I think most of for a long time. So probably Tosin's not really suited for this type of game, in my opinion. But that's why but she'll cover a little bit. Achimpong's got plenty of speed. Hato plenty of speed. Gustav we know already. So yeah, it will be interesting to see. He might. You never know. He might go for that just to be safe at set pieces against Cardiff. These lower league sides, physical. They like to get a lot of balls into the box and corners.
And honestly, I don't see a world where Reece James will not be on the pitch and Gusto will not be on the pitch. I think one of the two will be on the pitch.
Yeah. Like I said, he has played a lot and ran a lot. He runs a lot. We know Gusto covers a lot of ground because he does multiple roles basically. So he has played the last couple of games in a row, or the third game in a row, I think. So I'm not sure if he starts this one. But who else? We don't really have another right back. So only Achimpong can probably fill that other right back, maybe as a third right back. I did say that a couple of weeks ago. I wouldn't mind seeing him do. I think he can do it, especially if Hato. When we saw Hato play, he was the one that was inverting. Hato was the one that was inverting into midfield. and trying sometimes to push on their left hand side up, although it's not his comfortable thing. So you might see a Tosin and Achapong as at a right back position, and then Hato goes forward and into back three, and he stays he stays as a right centre back basically. So we could see that. I would personally rest Gusto, but yeah, depends what Maresca does.
Yeah, Jay, your thoughts on this back four? No,
Yeah,
just
I
go
think
ahead.
I pretty
I'll
much
be back
agree with
again in 1 minute. Dante, please, if I miss
Yeah,
anything,
we'll talk about it.
yeah, okay.
We'll talk about the back four. Yeah,
yeah. Obviously, I would like to see Slonina. And look, I used to make joke about it, but on serious note, I think we should see some minutes from Slonina because I think Jorgensen is pretty much obvious to me at least, and we have seen it in the media as well that he wants to try something new. Because of the opportunities he's getting. So why
he's
keep
leaving.
playing a
Yeah,
player
yeah.
that has no future here?
Exactly, yeah, and that's why I kind of joked, but I was serious about Salina. I'm like, it could be for him not to play and get injured. If
Yeah.
especially if he's already probably talked to some clubs maybe and he's already on the way, well then he probably won't play. But if he does play, it means he might still be staying. Maybe not hasn't got anything worked out in the background yet. But yeah, there's a big chance. There is a chance I think that you might see Salina because of that.
Yeah, I think the possibility is very low, but I think this should be the right thing to see Slonina, and especially if it's a January, the time where he's going to take the exit. Even if it was summer, then I can understand it. But if he's going out in the January transfer window, then I don't see a logic in starting Jorgensen over Slonina. But possibly Maresca will play him despite all these transfer. The
Yeah,
back four, I'm pretty much okay with it. Wait. Is there is there Tosin?
looks like coach is talking.
That
Excuse
person,
me?
but I think he start.
Excuse
That's
me?
him. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
What
leave it.
is
It's fine.
Tosin doing
I
there?
reckon Achapong might start right back, right centre back.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah,
Badiashile
I
and
think
Tosin
it's
is
gonna be.
not going
I
to
think
play
yeah,
together.
I think it might be Achimpong here. But here's
Yeah,
the thing. I think that's too many changes. I don't think you would want to do that at the same time.
We're away. I don't know. I think kind of got the idea that there will be wholesale changes for this one.
Yeah.
I mean the two
It's gonna,
centre back
there's gonna be
had to be
wholesale
changed.
changes.
The two centre back had to be changed. They didn't play against Everton. I think it was Fofana and Chalobah. So there is no really big change here in the two centre backs. Against Atlanta also, I think Chepong was there. So we are actually making making a lesser change. So Achimpong does make sense, and he will start because after Maresca's comments as well that
Yeah,
he made a mistake and all. I think he's a clear starter. Bediashile and Hato, because Cucurella is suspended, and Gusto, I reckon he will start because I will when we move forward in the forward line and the midfield, I will discuss more how there is a need for two or three, maybe two at max experienced player. We can't change the
Old head.
whole team. Yeah, so I think Gusto is one of those, the experienced player, and who Maresca trusts as well. So
Well,
he
here's
will
the
start. But
problem.
that,
I think okay, since Caicedo will start, in my opinion, I think Gusto will be all right because Gusto he struggled when we don't have any. You can say any of the experienced heads in the midfield area.
yeah, well, that is also a given that Caicedo will start this match.
Yeah, I
Hence
think.
why Gusto is
Yeah.
also the one. And I don't think he's one of those players who has been, tired and fatigued or played a lot. I think he's decent. And against Everton, he was looking the most energetic player. So Gusto will start this. And there is also enough time before Newcastle as well. It's not like we are playing Newcastle 2 days after this.
So how many days gap?
I think it's 5. We are playing on the 21st, if I'm not wrong. 20.
Oh, that's longer than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what else we have here. I thought the disclaimer was Dante's advice, maybe. But yeah, we as we produce stuff, as we release features, we're paying attention, looking at things from legal perspectives too. We don't want to risk anything somebody go gambling their life savings out and say, yeah, just a perspective told them certain teams would win. Yeah. I took the same too. What else do we have? Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. What else do we have? Was probably talking about the eighth place. Okay. A lot of distractions from you. If Hatter doesn't start, we need to recall Isha Samuel Smith. I think Hatter is not that he's not good enough, but that outing against Carabao is the performance on the day a serious one. Maybe it got to him and the manager sensed it. Hello to you too from Turkey. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. Mustafa Yassar 6065. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Hello to you too. Enjoy yourself, feel at home, and tell more people about your perspective. The blue, thank you. Your English team. Okay. Midfield, I'll go with Andrea Santos and Caicedo. I think I'm gonna go with that too. So I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom and try and get your subsequent contributions. So I'm gonna say here Santos, because Santos will be the one probably that will operate like Enzo Fernandez. And I'm not going to be surprised even if we see Enzo Fernandez today. But I think it's going to be Santos because he didn't play the last game. And Caicedo for sure starts. Leadership in that midfield, in my opinion. Where is he? There you go. Moy here. Yeah. Okay. Jay, do you guys agree on the 2 6s there?
Yeah, 100%. I don't see any other changes in this. And yeah, if we see Enzo, then I think that will be uh, a clear madness. He's dying. He's one of the most tired player against Everton. The reason
He
for his
needs the
bad
holiday
performance
at
was
this
his
point.
fatigue. Yeah, I think he needs rest. He needs really good rest.
Yeah,
That's good.
Dante, your opinion, 2 6s?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I don't see Enzo playing. No, I don't think he'll play at this game.
I think given this midfield here, I think we could still see uh, um we could still see Tosin coming, right? We could still see Tosin coming and the manager now making
The
accommodating
the
Josh,
only the only way
accommodating Josh
Tosin
and not Gusto. Go ahead.
the only way Tosin can play is the situation that Dante mentioned, is which Gusto goes out and there is a clear back three of Badiashile, Achampong, and Tosin.
Yeah, that's the only way. Yes, and I would probably do that personally. I'd just give him a go against this game. He'll be on the bench anyway, so you can always bring him on if it's going not that well. So, but you should have enough confidence in those players. And like I said, Tosin could come very much in handy against Cardiff's because they're going to be looking for free kicks and corners and free kicks, and they like to play out wide and long balls. And look, he'll win all of those, most of those. Tosin, he's very good at that. He's definitely our best player at that. So he's always done that very well when he's been brought in to play that role. So that's the only reason I say Tosin might start this, and then Achampong goes out wide, but he stays basically as your right centre back because Hato will be the one going forward, and that's what we've seen in the past. We've seen Hato when he had played those 2 games that he played, he was trying to go into midfield and a bit forward as well, basically trying to do the Cucurella role. So yeah, we can leave it like this. It's fine. You know, it'll be one or the other. It'll probably be one or the other, but can always leave it like this. Is fine. Midfield, yeah. Let's go, Jay, to the left wing. Who do you have? We got left wing.
I think Gittins will start this. Garnacho had a role against, although it was not that good in his finishing, but I think he played and put an effort against Everton. So Gittins might start this for me.
So have you guys selected anybody that I haven't added?
Now we're up to the left wing, so we're doing left wing now.
I think it's Gittins probably.
Yeah, look, it should be Gittins. Yes, I agree. I think let him loose in this game.
You can say if we're going by what we said, if we're going by what we said about Estevao, this is his competition. That delicious left-footed. Was it left-footed sliced shot.
Yeah, and Gittins is a bit more technical with the ball at his feet, so it will be, like I said, we'll be attacking them quite a lot. There'll be a bit more of a low block, so we'll push him back. So Gittins gives you that opportunity to, where Garnacho's more direct, strong, running, direct, a very different type of winger. So yeah, I think Gittins for that reason as well.
I agree. 10, do you see Kopama playing a part?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Bonanote might have a shout in this one, to be honest, or maybe Cole Palmer plays 45 minutes, first
Because
45
that's the
minutes.
chance
No,
to get, you can say, to get
I
him
think
ready, give him more match game.
Exactly. It's not a
For
bad,
game.
yeah, but it'll be
it
risky. So
won't be a
I,
bad shout, but I think
yeah,
Maresca already told it in the press that he cannot play
Oh,
back to
he
back.
already
more
Yeah,
said he
games
cannot play.
regularly, so he's out.
So do you
yeah.
see
I don't think he'll
Bonanote,
play.
or do you see, because Maresca would want to win this game? I don't think he
Look,
wants
he'll be on the
Uh,
bench. He'll be
anything.
on the bench,
Yeah,
but
I
if,
definitely
if
think
need be.
it will be João Pedro. I don't think Bernardo starting. I think that will be too much, inexperience and rawness in this team. I think João Pedro will be that
I
experienced
think
player
I
in the
agree.
forward
I
in the
think I
forward
agree.
line.
If anything, if we've learned one big lesson of late is that he doesn't trust Bonanote.
well,
No,
there
maybe
wasn't any
not
games
trust,
to
or
put him
maybe
in.
you could say he's
So
not gotten what he, you could say what he wants from him. But let's say Dante.
this is why he's got him on loan. This is when you use him at the cup games. The cup game, we haven't had any chance to really put him in because all we've played Premier League teams. He's not going to play most of those games. So we played tougher teams in the Champions League. He's not going to play those games. So this one is his chance to play, and he can do a good job because he's a very small technical player, tight spaces. I think he'll actually do pretty well against a lesser opposition like this. I'm hoping he does start. I do think he probably will start. Don't be. I don't think. Sorry, Palmer will start because I don't think he's going to play him back to back. I think he'll just play against Newcastle. So he'll be on the bench, and maybe if you really need him, he can bring him on later on. If for a bit of a run out for another sort of 20 minutes, half an hour run out, if we really need him. But I don't think we need him, to be honest.
So I
I
think
would
I
play
agree. I
Bonanote.
think it will
Yeah.
be João Pedro here, and I think the Enzo Maresca wouldn't mind using him, given the fact that the lap will be back December ending.
Yeah, I wouldn't play Joao Pedro. I wouldn't play Joao Pedro there, to be honest. I wouldn't because
So who
the
do
way
you
they're
think
going to set
starts
up.
there?
I would put Bonanote, but up to you guys. I'm voting Bonanote. You guys vote who else if
Look,
you
I
think.
would also like Bonanito because he's not been given chances, and I think I agree with Dante that he will not probably get any chances after this uh, for a while. So, yeah, I would want Bonanito to start, but what Maresca will do is most probably João Pedro. I think,
Well, there's
especially,
FA Cup coming up. You'll get a chance
Here's
there
why
again.
I know it's FA Cup, Dante. Here's where I agree with Jay. I never liked agreeing with you both actually, but here's where I agree with Jay is the fact that without Jean Pedro starting there, we'll lack experience
Yeah,
in that
well,
area. Because yeah, we
yeah,
have how many? One, you could
that
say
would be an attack
I
of
still count
Andres
Andreas Santos
Santos.
as the newcomer.
Yeah,
yeah,
it would
yeah,
be
That would be
it would
Gittins.
be an attack of Santos, Gittins, Bonanote, and Estevao, and probably Marc Guiu. That is too much inexperience.
That's too much inexperience there, and that could be an issue. And you could argue, and these players hardly ever play together. We see a lot of disjointed performances that could lead to us chasing the game after conceding.
but you are playing a third division
Yeah,
team.
but if you go into the game with that mindset and not start your best players, you could end up losing it. We've seen offsets before.
Yeah, coach, but they're on the bench. I would trust these players and give them
Okay,
game
you're
time. This is the
arguing
type of
that be
games you
on
give
the
them.
bench, and that Bonanete will start. Then, if need be, you bring on the big guns, this, like you could say Pep does, and yeah, maybe that's when I agree with you. But go ahead.
This is the only time they get to play. They probably will in some Charlton coming up in the FA Cup, etc. But this it's not a championship side. We're going another league down. So I mean, if you're not going to these players, it's an important game, but not that important where you you can afford to play these players because it is like a third division team. So I mean, you should be able to do it without it, and you have those players to bring on if needed. But yeah, look, it's the time to rest players, but it's also time to look at the other players, what they have and what they can give you, and give them game time as well. So if you're gonna, this is the time to do it now, really, these games, because later on in the competition, you're not going to do that. And after this,
Dante,
it's semi-final.
I think we should also consider that uh, this team, Cardiff, is in the League One, I think, and we played a similar team, Lincoln, who are in the same league, in the same division, and I think Cardiff is first and Lincoln is third. So, and we
Yes.
did not have a straightforward game against Lincoln. I think Maresca will remember this also, and I think he will want to use a little experience, just considering how
But
Lincoln
yeah, I
played
still
out.
think so.
It just because that was long ago. It was a long ago now. That was quite a long time ago. These players know each other much better now. Training, especially the second team, when they play first versus second, sort of mix them up. So they would know each other much better. I would trust them to play. Especially you got Gittins, Esteval. You, you know, Santos will go forward, and he's very good at doing that. He did that very well. You're going to have probably Marc Guiu maybe up front. Or you could have João Pedro up front, but probably Marc Guiu most likely. So you still got a lot of firepower there to be able to do it. And defensively, we still got very solid. That's pretty solid defensively, especially with Gusto there as well. So that's a pretty solid back line, solid midfield. You basically got defensive cover, midfield, center, and the forward pressing as well from Guy. So you've got defense and Gusto probably pushing forward if he does play. You've got defense all three parts of the field. So you're really going to strangle this team. They're going to be sitting back quite a lot. So I would rather have Buonanotte in there, technical, small player that can maybe open some spaces up.
So that's what you'd rather do. You're not certain that's what the manager would do.
Yeah, I think he's going to play him because Cole doesn't need to play because he played and he's not going to play him risk him in this game. He'll play against Newcastle. And there's no one else there. If you do put João Pedro there, he's another one that's played a lot already. He's played 5 games in a row. He'll be up to 5 games. So do you risk João Pedro, one of your most important guys in this game? Especially Cardiff will be very physical because that's how they play. You're going to risk him getting banged up, especially with the lap out. You want to risk him as well? I wouldn't. So can bring him on after if it's not going well. But I would definitely chuck Buonanotte in there for me. And
Here's where I'm slightly, you can say, aligned with you is number of games certain players you've mentioned have played, and plus the fact that this is a good opportunity to, you can say, let it be a game for the perceived second 11.
yeah, and say you're 1-0 down at halftime. Well, Maresca can bring on João Pedro. You can bring those players on. Enzo Fernandez if he's there, Cole Palmer if you can bring attacking options on if you're down, which I doubt we will be. You never know, it can happen. But like I said, we shouldn't really be scared of these teams. Not now, anyway. Those guys should know each other pretty well now, especially Esteval. I mean, even Gittins. That's a pretty potent attack.
Okay, Jay, let's see if he has won the argument. Who do you think starts still? Because if two of us agree, I mean, the saying is, majority carries the vote.
I just don't see when João Pedro will get on the rest. That's why I'm saying he needs to have a rest this game because he's played 5 in a row.
I'd say comfortably, yeah, it makes sense that João Pedro will be on the bench and will not necessarily start, but it depends on the mindset, you can say, and the plan of the manager. Chances are he would want to put things to bed quickly and then bring on the, you can say, the Buonanotte and give him a chance. But he might want to keep him happy so that whenever he calls upon him, he's ready and start him and then have the big guns on the bench as usual. But that's still, in my opinion, that was for me still a lot of change, too many changes in my opinion. But Jay, let's hear your final thoughts to see if what will the player will plug in there.
I think okay, let's go with Buonanotte. Always, it's obviously a prediction lineup,
You
so
guys,
not a
I'm saying
big deal. We
Buonanotte.
will
You
see.
guys can choose, and whoever has the most votes wins.
No, but let's hear whether you've convinced him, because we do. Yes, in respect to how we operate here, always
Look,
open-minded and listen and consider what some, you could say, some nonsense takes
If
from and
Caicedo wasn't there,
all that.
but Caicedo being there,
Let's say you,
yeah,
Jay,
coach.
your thoughts. Are you convinced? Then we can go news hunting and call it a day.
I would still argue that João Pedro will start. I still believe that he will start. Look, I mentioned the inexperienced thing that is there in the forward line when they will attack as a collective unit. That is too much inexperience for me. So that is one thing. That's already a lot changes to the side. So one more change is something that he will avoid, especially when he needs experience in the front line.
and
And
you
And
know when
we
we played
also
that
you
cup
do need
game,
to win.
that's the time. That's the time when he put Estevao in the 10 when we played that cup game. So might be a bit of a surprise there, Estevao in the 10, and maybe Tyreek George comes on as left winger or something, or right winger or something like that. Don't forget Tyreek George. He was
that
featured a
could
bit in
happen.
Yeah,
training. He was,
that Tyreek Josh's availability makes it even more difficult to accurately predict what he's going to do in that front area, because he likes the kid, even though
That
we're sure
that
he's.
could happen. That could happen, but that doesn't solve the issue of inexperience that still persists there, and hence
yeah,
why
yeah, yeah,
the
of course.
case of João Pedro. And I think we should also take into consideration that there is a little bit of pressure in the atmosphere, around Maresca and the team. I know they won the match against Everton, but still, the four match prior to them were winless. So I think it's still a little bit of important thing. Maresca has mentioned the term semi-final a lot in his press conference yesterday. So it is an important and crucial game for him also. So that makes the availability of João Pedro more important.
So
But
I think
that's
I
my
agree with
case.
Jay. Yeah,
You guys put
not
Pedro
necessarily
in there,
because I
no
don't
problem.
like Dante, but at the end of the day, we'll see. We don't work for the club, or we haven't had any conversations with the manager. So majority carries the votes. They say, but Dante, you're this one. No, I don't think we need a debate. I think Caicedo will wear the armband on the day as long as he's on the pitch, and Enzo
Oh
Fernandez
yeah,
isn't on the pitch, and what's his name, and King James isn't on the pitch.
no, it will be Caicedo, of course. Yeah,
Well, I think maybe Badiashile. Let's argue a
no,
bit.
no.
I think we will see some academy players on the bench. I think Shim will be on the bench.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and Walsh, Reggie Walsh, probably a
Did
couple
you
of those
watch
guys.
what is it that kid I say plays like Billy Gilmore? I loved Billy Gilmore. I still love him as a player. His intelligence, because he has that martial, you could say, profile of a regista and a traditional DM, because yeah, he's capable of holding his own even if you deploy him as a DM.
Yeah,
But he wanted to leave Chelsea because he wants to be playing as what's his nationality? Irish international or Scottish?
Scottish.
Scottish international, yeah. But Oneta is better than Enzo as a 10, but wouldn't be given the opportunity. Okay, I guess was that reflects in his selection as over Enzo Fernandez for the Argentine national team. Okay, well, Joseph, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you for joining the conversation, bro. Yeah, am I correct, Dante? The fact that given his opinion here, the Argentine national team, senior team 11 reflects the fact that Bonanete is better than Enzo Fernandez as fulfilling 10 role, right?
Well, obviously not. How many
You
goals
get
and
what
assists
I
did
did
Enzo
there,
have?
right?
Yeah, how many assists and goals did Enzo have playing that position last season?
He
25
has
GA.
Bonanete
So
hasn't even been has he had again gotten the call up yet for the Argentine national team? He hasn't.
no. I think once maybe, but I don't think he was. I think
But
emergency. He
Enzo
didn't get the
Fernandez
call
is a
up.
mainstay there, irrespective of whether he's used at the 10 or not.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Enzo Fernandez, you could say, some to some measure, it's not accurate to say plays 10 for us.
It's a hybrid role.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hybrid role. Yeah, I agree. The last time Chelsea played Cardiff City at Stamford Bridge, it was on the 15th of September 2018, 4-1. Okay, we saw what the Juju predictor, he said that we're going to beat them 3-0 away. But yeah. Okay, I will never forget Ruben Loftus-Cheek Back goal against Cardiff City. Okay, what else do we have here? Anything important here? Mabas with a lot of comments. I don't know if you have a robot working for you. Kachila hating Dante. Yeah, I don't like him, right? Yeah, we're not even friends. Gilmore left Chelsea because Tuchel said he was too short to play. Really, really, I don't remember that. Really, I think Tuchel actually liked Billy Gilmore.
I think every coach likes Billy Gilmore, but that is a problem. Obviously, the height, the physicality, it is a problem, and it's been a problem
Are
wherever
you
he's been.
saying what that was an issue under Tuchel? I'm just asking.
I don't know if that's accurate. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying it is. If he was 3 inches, 4 inches taller, he would be a lot more playing. He never really was able to start anywhere, as in get a. He went to Italy. Obviously, he's gone with McTominay to Napoli, but again, he's just on the bench pretty much most of the time, squad player. So he's never really been able to nail down anywhere he's gone a starting spot
If
because of
you could say Napoli, they've been poor of late, haven't they?
half and half. They're not too bad, but I'm just saying Gilmore, he's not a starting caliber type of player. He hasn't been able to do it anywhere, and that definitely does. His height does affect that. Obviously, it does.
Yeah, I liked that kid a lot. Excellent player, but I'm not sure how things has gone for him. Let's see. I want us to round off as soon as possible. Yes, he said in an interview, they could easily lob the ball over his head. Ouch. That's actually not nice. That's my opinion. 22 likes. You can do a lot better than that. 69 people are following the show. We should have at least 30 likes because we had 70 plus following the show. Sorry, I'm refreshing the page so that we can go news hunting and call it a day. I think this lineup, we see pretty much the same lineup, in my opinion. That's what I believe will happen. I'm still, I refreshed the timeline of Vince's X page so that we can go news hunting there and see if we see anything, if anything new emerged as the show progresses. But before we do that, Jay, you have any questions? Any good questions for us, like you usually do?
Me, sorry, coach, I didn't hear that.
No, I was asking Jay if he has any
Oh,
good
Jay's not
questions
here.
for us,
He's not here.
but it doesn't look like he does today. So,
He's
news
not here. He's
hunting.
gone out.
Oh, he's gone out indeed. He's not here. So you're correct. So let's go news hunting and round off and call it a day. He's back again, but looks like his connection is fluctuating. Yeah, so let's see. Wesley Fofana and Malo Gusto have been included in who scored Premier League Team of the Week. Both were had an excellent outing last time. Yep, I agree. Body language experts Darren Stanton. Enzo Maresca looks wiped out. It's almost like he hasn't slept. His blink rate increases, which shows that he's frustrated. Jesus
Okay.
Christ. I'm not sure what to make of this. Like someone that is thinking about his exit,
Calm.
really, exit strategy,
Jesus Christ.
and has
That
one
is
eyes
extreme.
on the departure
That is
of.
extreme even for me.
That's
Calm now. This is
too
what I'm talking
extreme,
about.
right?
Yeah,
That's
horrible.
too much. Especially the second part of the report actually is absolute hot done. The first part,
The first part's fine, but that
it's
second
fine,
part is
which is surface level stuff, but there's no way to tell if what he's doing is like he's thinking about it, his exit strategy. Jesus Christ, did you read his mind?
because he's a bit frustrated, coach, because he blinks a bit. So that means, that always means, that he's going to leave. Like, come on, seriously, these guys. This is what I mean about the media. That's why I
Making up,
think
yeah, the first part, it's okay. The second part, seriously made up.
But
You
why
know,
are we even consulting a language expert in the
and
first
nobody
place?
consulted him. Maybe somebody questioned him, or he just on his own, you can say, decided to chip in.
I doubt that very
Yeah,
much. I'm pretty
these are
sure that would be one of
freelancers.
the journalists passing that information or asking a body expert. It'll be one of those journalists asking for that opinion. They wouldn't just do it for fun because they don't get paid for it. So
Yeah, the Mike Maignan rumors have refused to go away. Again, this reads that Chelsea are preparing to renew their interest in AC Milan goalkeeper Mike Maignan. Maybe because he hasn't signed a new contract and it wouldn't be bad to get him as a free agent. It's a possibility, but chances are, as much as this is believable, that it's absolute
La
hostile.
Gazzetta, coach.
You don't trust him?
No.
Exactly. So, but yeah, as I said, chances are it's true because yeah, he'd be a free agent, and it doesn't hurt to get one good free agent in into the house. Former Manchester United and Blackburn chief scout Mick Brown. It's inevitable Sterling will leave Chelsea. Do I need Einstein to tell me that? I understand Leeds or the Premier League teams are looking at potentially taking him on loan, maybe because I don't think they can afford him on a permanent, and I don't think he'd be in a hurry to leave. Other than again, if it's on a permanent alone, and this is Hannah Hampton has won the FIFA Best Women's Goalkeeper Award following her outstanding performances and trophy success with Chelsea and England in 2025. Let's celebrate that for her. I'm gonna start watching, yeah, a lot of the women's game. I'm not sure why I've not been paying attention to them. So, congratulations to Hannah Hampton. Excellent news for Chelsea fans. For those that
Yeah,
respect the women's
she
game,
is.
I
She's
do
a
respect
very
their games,
definitely
and
well
I need to be
deserved.
watching a lot. Go ahead.
Well deserved. Yeah, she's definitely outstanding keeper. Definitely the best in the world at the moment. So yeah, it's very well deserved. I've watched a little bit because Sam Kerr's back in as well. So and we've got another Australian girl as well. So I have been watching a
Oh, is
little
she
bit.
Australian?
Sam Kerr, yeah, yeah.
No, no, Hannah.
No, 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 she's not.
No,
No,
okay, Sam Kerr
she's
I know
English.
is Australian, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
yeah, no.
followed her story when she had an issue with some, but I don't want to get into that. This right now is about Gusto and Fofana in who scored Premier League Team of the Week. No surprises there. No surprises there. And I'm happy. Gusto was brilliant in that game against Everton. No complaints about him popping up in 10 number 10 positions, primarily because we won. Yeah. Had we lost, yeah, a lot of people will talk about that. EPL football manager looks well rested. Kuchula,
Pretty unlucky that Sanchez is not in there either. Unlucky, but yeah.
yeah, but he did. Maybe other keepers did better than him. But yeah, Bassi made it. I didn't know. Bassi is actually a good defender. He's not perfect, but he's actually, in my opinion, a good defender. I don't think there's anything else to address here. Jay, anything else you want to add? We've talked about Nicolas Jackson. Chelsea, 15 goals considered, have the second best defense in the Premier League behind Arsenal, 10 goals considered. You see why it's important to always look at numbers. When we're not looking at the numbers, it'd be easy to agree that we have the crappiest defense in the Premier League. I'm not saying our defense is perfect, but yeah, sometimes eye tests don't tell the whole story or don't see everything.
Well,
Um,
because yeah, coach, we weren't able to consistently play the same players. That was a problem. And now the
mhm,
last six games, basically, we were able to, and that's for Fana and Chalobah. We didn't have any, injuries, and now hopefully that sticks going forward because that's very important. Having that, like I said, that triangle of at defense of the goalkeeper and the two center backs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lawrence Jones, Nightbot is not a human being, it's a machine. That's the AI that's policing the chat. Let me see what you did. Ooh, okay. You use caps, all caps there. That's why the AI deleted your message and timed you I. Lawrence Jones, it's not a human being. But just yeah, avoid using all caps or using more than three emojis, otherwise you get into trouble. I don't think there's anything else, anything out there that we haven't talked about today. We've talked about Raheem Sterling, Nicolas Jackson, and Enzo Maresca's comment, what he said, yeah, probably putting it to bed to some. Some probably will persist and keep, you say, twisting it into what it's not, in my opinion. But anything else the panelists want to talk about before we call it a day?
Yeah, no. Hopefully, goes away. Another good win, and stuff will go away. They won't be able to write too much if another comfortable win.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward for the match. I just want to add that, and I want to appreciate you, Kochia. The app is and the website looking really good. I was
Oh,
It
have you
was
tried it
in
that
my
much?
Yeah, I have been using it for a while.
I think you
As I'm
actually
investing
you're actually the number one in terms of the quiz.
really. Oh yeah, I tried it. I think I
Yeah, I
got
think you're number one in the
8 or 9 correct.
I've
Yeah.
done the quiz as well. I've done it a few times. Yeah, yeah. It's a very good app. It's user friendly. It's pretty easy to use. You got everything
and
I
you
there.
can
can't
only
see
get
you
better.
in
And
can't see you, Dante, in the ranking. Must be horrible quiz for you.
It's. I'm shadow banned. I'm not really there because if I'm there,
no,
I can't win the
Dante
jersey.
is second in
I'm not
terms of
allowed
the
to win the
quiz.
jersey,
Okay.
Jay.
I
Yeah.
was actually loving this app, and till the point I was rating the players, and I saw someone rate Enzo Fernandez a 8. That was my point of going off the app for a while. I thought, and I have my assumptions that who that could be. The
That
one
was
guy that
me.
is laughing right
I
now.
rated him a lot. You could argue, I know he was spawned the day, but probably was in the mood of testing the app and all that. I rated
Crazy,
him 8.
crazy
And
coach.
to
How
be
can you
frank,
watch that match and rate him 8, man? Crazy.
I could not change it. But that's fine. Anyway, I did see
I remember.
Brianni Yahayu join
I
us here.
remember.
Where did I see his comment? Let me catch up with what we have in the chat so we can call it a day. And if you haven't, please go to the app, use the Juju Predictor, create your lineup, predict games in advance, and if you win, you get a custom Chelsea shirt. Let's see. I predicted our last game, and have I predicted this one? I predicted this one. I don't want to win it. Even if I win it, I'll give it to the second place per individual. Barcy to Chelsea, I wouldn't take him. I think we can do better. Cardiff, whatever you say there. So, what else? I think I'll catch up. We'll call it a day. I need to go help the boys get ready for school. Kachila, yeah. I opened X and I saw reports stating Maresca will leave. He's not leaving. I don't see anything similar to that. That's journalists just suggesting whatever that comes to mind. One of the guys said he's leaving because he asked for Kobe Mainu and the club refused to sign it for him. So right there, it's absolutely.
But don't forget he's blinking, coach. He's blinking. He's going to tell us that he's leaving.
Yeah, exactly. Maresca won't leave. If it does, then I will blame the sporting directors. Okay, let him leave. Then blame them if you want to. Maresca leaves. I think it'd be because I don't think he'd leave Chelsea for any. I don't see clubs where there's vacancy for him now that I think he'd love to join. I think he's that sort of manager that Pep would probably recommend for Man City if he decides to leave Man City and he leaves on a good note and they ask him to recommend the next manager.
100%.
100%. Unfortunately for us, we don't know what we have. But Brianni, how you? Nice to see you. It's going well, bro. It looks like you've been busy. I hope things are okay on your end. Unfortunately, we're rounding up. They say lateness is greatness. But thank you for joining. With that, I want to say thank you to Vic. Thank you for joining. Slow down with the exactly. He used robots. My boss looks like he used robots for comments. But Vic, nice to see you. I forgot to message you, even though you replied to one of my comments on X. But nice to see you, my bro. I do hope you're doing well. And IB Dawana, I heard Maresca was upset because the club refused to let him go for a revival. Yeah, exactly. Seems nonsense. Again, it's flying out there. But thank you, IB. Thank you, Vic, my bro. Nice to see you join the conversation. Thank you, Brianni. How are you? We're currently going by a CFC. Keep the blue flag flying high. Nice to see you. Who else was here? A lot of people. Lawrence Jones, thank you for joining the conversation. Patrick Joyce was also here. Ibro, my bro. Danwana, nice to see you here. Nkwa Joseph, thank you for your contributions. And if I miss your name, apologies. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.
Take care, guys.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every foe's estimate, and there was a strife. God, you, my heart. Keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to bed, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to bed, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky. Keep the blue flame
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hope's on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to fair, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hope's on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hope's on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, every phone says to fair, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hope's on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge to our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hope's on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe stars, and then with the love did storm. Every force is to there, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise.